Hey, real life traders from around the world. This is Jeremy Alexander Newsome with, of course, Real Life Trading. I do, in fact, hope you're doing absolutely sensational. It's Wednesday. The market's closed on Friday, so this is the last time you might see my beautiful face before Monday. So I figured I might update you guys on a few things today and go into my thoughts on the overall market in regards to what I'm looking at, what I'm thinking, what I'm contemplating, and what likely may or might occur. So it'll be interesting to kind of keep an eye on what's going on and all that kind of good stuff. So I hope you're ready for a weekend, a good long weekend. Friday's off. Super stoked about that. So checking out the market. If we're looking at the DIA, very, very interesting today. I think it's more interesting if we hop over to a line pattern. This is what I find interesting. Look where we traded to today. So we keep trading to where we closed. I agree that if we take out that pivot, we're obviously much more bearish than bullish. But if we come over to a candlestick chart, we really got to take out this kind of pivot, and this was a bullish retest gap. And just the other day, Justin Linderman in the trading floor asked me today, he said, hey, what type of gap do you think this is? Do you think that this is more like this type of gap from in February or this type of gap from back in January? And I said more like the January gap, right? Where it's a good gap. It's a bullish retest. We retested the very next day. Boom, 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 boom. That's what we've gotten so far. We've come to a little bit of a low. We're probably going to bounce, likely tomorrow. Trade up. Maybe have one more rollover. Earnings season come in, and we should continue higher. Again, more than likely. That's just kind of my sentiment. That's my thought. If this pivot does get taken out, this little support, I'm not massively bearish by any means. I'm more bearish than bullish. But I'd be a little bit neutrally bearish till we get down to this strong support level. Then at that point, just expect another bounce. Do some longer-term bull put spreads, put sales, something like that, and just keep doing what the DIA has been doing for a long time. The SPY, I actually made a pretty ostentatious claim today. So this is going to benefit you guys a lot. And the claim that I made earlier today was that I'm calling for a higher high for sure. And I even gave it a number, 206.49 by end of day Thursday, meaning we will hit this number by end of day Thursday. And I'm pretty confident of that. So I said, if I'm wrong this weekend, which I will update you guys on, if it does not happen tomorrow, I'm going to do a free edition of Cocktails and Stock Tales. And that's going to be this weekend. One of those requested classes I've had, believe it or not, is where I personally, open up some charts. It's kind of late night. We just do stocks, chill, maybe talk a little bit of sports, have a drink in our hands, and enjoy the night. And that might be an hour long, somewhere right, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of jokes, probably some webcams, probably some drinks. It'll be fun. But that's what's going to happen if I'm wrong. If I'm right, I would love for you guys just to spread the word about real life trading. Ask your friends to like us on Facebook or Twitter. Give it a little bit of take. I didn't know if I was going to be wrong. But who knows? So I was basing this really and purely on the option premium. Today was Weekly's Wednesday, and I was looking for some weekly spreads. And right around here, so let me go into a 5-minute chart. This is what I was looking at right about here. So a lot of people started calling me crazy when this sell-off started happening. But I looked at some 206 and some 207 premium expiring tomorrow, and the premium was just radical. It was very, very large. So I started thinking, I was like, you know what? I think the market maker knows or contemplates that we're going to go higher. So it's going to be really interesting to see if we do make it above 206.49, which granted isn't really that huge of a move, but it is a pretty large claim if I'm calling that back here at around 20. So I'm definitely calling 1 point in 1 day is what I was pretty much saying. And again, that's not a massively huge claim. But it was a very interesting claim because there's so many bearish traders out there on Twitter and LinkedIn and a lot of other places. It was just interesting to be, I guess, a bull. Still interesting. It still is interesting to kind of be a bull because there's just a lot of bears out there. Now, I will say the Qs are not looking super bullish. They are looking a little bit more bearish than bullish. We got some pretty strong support right here about 104 and some change. I don't know if we take that out tomorrow or not. If we do, I am pretty slightly bearish overall. Not massively bearish, but I think we could make it back down to the 100-ish price range probably pretty easily on the Qs if that does indeed happen. I think it would be fascinating if we gap down tomorrow and get a nice sized white candle on the Qs. I think that would be really, really interesting, and also probably what will happen overall on the QQQ. On FAS over here, we got a nice little white candle, high wave candle. Really, really just an interesting phenomenon, what's going on in the market these days. So if we were to look at a few other stocks, today was Weekly's Wednesday. I didn't get a chance to hop into too many weekly spreads, but we did look at this iron condor on Apple expiring next Friday, the 131, 118, 117, and ironically enough, we also, some of us also, have the 119, 118, 133, 134 iron condor expiring next week. So there are a lot of traders in some iron condors on Apple, because my thought is we'll probably do this. We might make one more iteration higher. We probably will make some type of lower low or relative low, and then we'll likely bounce in earnings. The ostentatious claim I made on Apple, here it is. If Apple gaps up above 130 on earnings, we will see Apple in the 150s by the end of 2015. I think that's a pretty ostentatious claim. Feel free to share it. If I'm right, we can come back to this video, and I'm wrong, you can be like, this guy, who is this guy? So that's my thoughts on Apple. Another spread that we got into, Amazon, AMZN. Got into the 385, 390 bear call spread, also expiring next week. Tomorrow we have the 352, 350 April week 1 bull put spread expiring, and that should expire worthless tomorrow unless just something cataclysmically wild happens on Amazon. Should be good to go on that tomorrow overall. Now, Google does look a hair bearish. It really kind of does. I mean, this looks like a very interesting double top pattern in which we did retest that neckline. So just the other day I mentioned if we start moving below this candle low, which was a 326 candle, start buying some puts or some protective puts because we're likely going to go lower. Well, that's kind of what we've done so far. Maybe it's another retest of this giant inverted head and shoulders neckline, right? Maybe that is a possibility. There's one retest, there's a second retest, maybe this is a third retest, and Google pops without nothing. But if we really strongly break 543 and we kind of start doing some retests and really breaking through this bearishly, I don't know, guys, on Google. Google, that does kind of look like a pretty interesting double top. So I'm going to be slightly more bearish than bullish today overall. Day trading was pretty good today. Had a few good trades, a few opportunities to recognize. ONNN was a good one this morning. A very, very quick, just a very quick retest gap here, but was also a pretty decent trade early in the morning if you're watching some of the 1 minute candles. So there were really two decent opportunities on ONN. Cheryl made a little bit of money. Orkin mitigated his risk and lost a very, very small amount of money, which is good. I mean, that's better than losing a lot of money. So bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, it is April 1st. Brand new month. Earnings season's right around the corner. I really hope to see you guys in the trading floor because earnings season's the time to be there. A lot of things going on, a lot of good gaps. I'm super stoked about it, and I'm really excited about the future. So, boys and girls from around the world, thanks so much for watching this real life stock review. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you for all the support and the love of real life trading. It's incredible to be surrounded by all the energy every single day. I'll see you guys Monday, and until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. See ya.